Hey there guys, welcome back to Cop Talks and another video. So this video is going to be about a project that I've been working on for several months. As some of you know, I have taken on a part-time job as an instructor for active shooter, disaster preparedness, things like that, and I was already putting together a pretty comprehensive little kit, and I was really excited when I finally got it completed the other day. So I put this kit together basically following the 10 C's of survival, right? So cutting tool, combustion device, cover, container, cordage, cotton bandanas, cargo tape, compass, and candling device, or flashlight, however you want to say it. This little kit is a tin from Randall's Adventure Training, School of Survival, the same person who makes the Essie knives. And this was just a great little tin. I was originally going to use the British mess tins, but they didn't create a seal. I wanted something with a lid, and this fit the bill. And this came in at about $15. So this actually, I was surprised at how much I was able to fit in here. So going in here, we've got the lid, of course. And look how much I was able to pack in here. Right off the bat, I have 2 oral salt hydration tablets. This is a pretty non-reliable item, I'd say, the wire saw, but it took up almost no room, so I figured I'd just throw one in there. We have a Suunto M9 wrist compass. This is a great quality compass. I was going to put nothing but just quality stuff in here if I could. This came in at right about $25. And I'll just preface this by saying this entire kit total costs about $225. And this is something I'll be making available to my students if they wish, or I can help them put together their own. This is a Whirlpack stand-up water pouch. This holds 1 liter. Once this is unrolled, this will hold 1 liter. You can carry it with you. You can seal it up. You can disinfect water in here and everything. We have a Leatherman Wave. This is separate from the Wave that I carry every day. This is just a standalone Wave that will stay with this kit, so I don't have to scavenge it from this kit whenever I want to use it. We have a packet of chicken broth. So you have a little bit of soup, a little bit of sustenance. We have a aircraft maintenance stainless steel ring. You can use this to secure other items. You can put them all together and shove them in your pocket. You can use this to hold things down. You can use it to complete a wire circuit. You can use these for a lot of things. We have a zip tie. There's going to be 2 in here. Just haven't gotten the other one. We have a Doan machine and equipment. This is a legitimately like US military grade magnesium fire starter with a striker. This is about as good as it gets. This is what the US military uses in their survival kits. We have just some comfort items I shoved in there. We got some MRE gum. Along with that, we have some non-dairy creamer. Kind of help you out a little bit there. I'll just get the comfort items out of the way. Crushed red pepper. These are the Aqua Tabs water purification tablets. And there are a total of 10 tablets. So that's like 10 liters of water, which is quite a bit. We have a hot beverage bag, an MRE hot beverage bag. It's just so you have another bag. You can keep items dry in here, or you can fill it up with water as well. We have a moist towelette for cleanliness. We have some regular MRE matches, and there's multiple different kinds of ways to start a fire in this. We also have the titanium S-bit stove, pencil. We have a military grade mylar blanket, which has OD green on one side and the reflective material on the other. That way, if you want to stay hidden, you can still stay hidden. We have some nylon cordage, right? Got a little bit of I think this is about 10 foot, not a whole lot, but it'll get you started. This is a clip for the Leatherman Wave, so you can put it on that ring if you want. We have 3 fuel tablets for the S-bit. That's enough to boil water 3 times in this container. so at least you can get started on that. This little flashlight actually is pretty awesome. This is a Streamlight Keymate, and the reason I chose this one is it's very small. It's got a very robust pocket clip, and the battery life on this is supposed to be 96 hours. That's the longest I could find on a flashlight this size. It's only 10 lumens, but I mean, honestly, it's better than having no light at all, and 96 hours is a lot of time. So a few more comfort items here. We got some hot sauce, kind of make anything edible. 2 packets of coffee to use as a stimulant. We have some tinder right here. These are just cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly, tried and true. We have a cotton bandana with safety pins. This is actually a mill surplus cravat, so you can use this to make a tourniquet, a bandana, fire tinder, whatever. It's got a ton of uses. We also have some sewing needles. I have a canvas needle in there. I also have a couple of other needles I can use for suturing. I can use it for sewing. I can turn them into fish hooks. We also have some iodized salt and some sugar. The True Lemon and the fruit punch and stuff like that, that is actually meant just, all the beverages basically are meant to offset the chemical taste of the purification tablets. That way it's just a little bit more palatable. It's not really necessary. It doesn't add any like calories or anything, but it just kind of helps. We have a set of fish hooks, sinkers, and swivels and stuff in there. That's just a basic little fishing kit. We have a great little UST micro star flash. These are great mirrors. This one's very effective. We'll get to this little tin here in a second. We have 3 sheets of Right in the Rain waterproof paper. This can be used in conjunction with the pencil, or you can use it for tinder. You can use it to leave notes, write down coordinates, whatever you need to do. Paper's always good to have, and it'll work, whether it's dry or wet or whatever. I have this little survival card here. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's got like a frog gig and like one arrowhead, and it's got a couple of different fish hooks and tweezers and like a saw. It just looked handy. It took up 0 space at all, and I basically got it for free. So thought I would just go ahead and throw that in there. And of course, aluminum foil. You can do so much with aluminum foil. You can use this to signal. You can use it to make a container. You can boil water in it. You can cook food in it. You can use it for just a multitude of things. And then, of course, I got some other sewing needles and such in here for a wide variety of uses. You can even use this to make blow dart needles, whatever you can think of that would need a sharp item. You can use a sewing needle for. And there's a couple of big boys in here for like leather and canvas and just a whole bunch of things. And then you have the actual container itself. This is aluminum, not stainless steel, but you could still boil water in it, and you could still cook food and things in it. It's still very practical. Now, moving on to this little tin here, we have 2 Ranger bands holding it shut, and the Ranger bands themselves can be used as fire tinder. They do burn quite well. Inside we have Yuko storm matches. These work very well. We have a little bit of first aid. We have some non-aspirin. I don't generally carry aspirin because it's a blood thinner, so in an emergency situation I'd like to bleed less instead of more. We have about 10 foot of Kevlar rope. You just never know whenever that's going to come in handy. You can also use this to saw through things. Super glue. This can be used for sealing up cuts, small wounds, things like that, making repairs. It's flammable. Super glue is just a really handy overall thing to have. Anti-diarrheal, in case you do catch a bug or something in the woods or in a survival situation. Last thing you want to do is lose all that water that your body needs to survive because you can't hold it in. We have some snare wire here. You can also use this for sewing if you want. You can use this for making repairs, electrical connections, whatever. It's stainless steel. It works great. We have 4 birthday candles, but these are the trick birthday candles, right? These are the ones that if you blow out, they reignite. So these work great in a storm. like, or kind of windy situation, if you need to carry fire from one place to another, even if the wind blows it out, as long as you get it started, it should spark right back up. Now, these are cheaper wax and stuff like that, so they do not burn that long. I think the burn time is about a minute, but, you know, they aren't going to go out on you, not as easily anyway. We got a MacGyver paperclip. You can always find a use for a paperclip. We have 4 wooden cotton-tipped swabs. You can use these for first aid, fire, tinder. You can even use these to make a splint if your finger is broken with you know, cordage or tape or whatever. And there's a multitude of uses for those as well. We have 4 beef bouillon cubes. Now these you can, you know, these are more of a comfort item. It does kind of replace some of your salt that you've lost in kind of a situation. And it kind of just, it's a morale booster, right? So something just to have a little bit of flavor, a little bit of sustenance. We have a backup micro compass, which is fairly accurate. I would not want to rely on this one. It is like a filled compass. It does have liquid in it, but it's just primarily as a backup up to the Sunto. Well, I usually put some cold and sinus stuff in there. I always seem to get cold and sinus issues, so I figured I'd pack one of these. It's just a cold and sinus headache tablet. We have some Difen, which is allergy. Difen is great for, you know, any kind of allergens. If you have trouble sleeping, you know, it also helps with a lot of the signs and symptoms of cold and flus, you know, itchy, scratchy nose, things like that. So Difen, I always find just really handy to have. Also, if you have an allergic reaction to, say, like a bee sting or something, it's not going to be as effective as epinephrine, but hey, it's better than nothing. Next, we have basically these are bismuth subsilicate. These are basically Pepto-Bismol tablets. So this is if you have an upset stomach, you know, anything. It's kind of a comfort item, but at the same time, it can really help with nausea and stuff and keep you going if you're in a critical situation. And we have some of these micro chem lights, right? So there's supposed to be 2 of each color. I used one of these to test it out, but I do have a replacement. These burn, I don't want to say burn, but these luminesce for about 2 hours. So that's enough for you to read a map, maybe drop it in a room. You can know which room that you're supposed to go into in complete darkness, you know, whatever. There's always having something that produces light that doesn't take batteries is handy. So each one burns for about 2 hours. There's going to be 6 in here, so that's about 12 hours of light. Not a whole lot, I know, but, you know, it takes up nearly no space, and it also takes up no weight. I mean, these weigh nothing. Then we have a couple of little first aid items. We got some Band-Aids of different varying sizes and types, and some alcohol prep pads. The alcohol prep pads are also flammable, so you can use those once again for tinder. And then at the very bottom, we have some of these T-pins. You can use these for first aid. You can use these for, you know, fish spears. You can use these for a lot of things. And they also, once again, take up no space and no weight. On the top here, we have, this is just striker material for a match. So it's huge. You have like a ton of surface area there to really get those matches going. And other matches as well. Even the MRE matches and stuff will strike off on there. So anyway, guys, like I said, this is still a work in progress. I'm still wanting to put a Fox 40 whistle in here, as well as maybe some more cordage, and I'm trying to find a place where I can put some tape. I would like to have some tape in here. I got the string and everything like that, but I would really like to have some tape. I'm also wanting to fit like a mini Bic lighter in there, so I may move some items around. These things may change, but as is, I feel like this is a pretty comprehensive little kit that can really, really accomplish a lot in a survival situation or in an emergency or whatever. And this kit, I believe, is going to end up becoming the core of my kit, right? So this is what I will take everywhere, and then I can augment this kit by adding my 72-hour bag, right? Or adding my chest rig if I'm just doing like a quick gotta go and I grab some stuff and run with it. I feel like this is a core kit that can accomplish a lot of tasks. You know, I have cover with the Mylar blanket, I have the cotton bandana, I have the multi-tool, I have a compass, I have a light, I have a way to get water, I have a little bit of food, maybe enough for one day, you know, and then I have the hydration tablets so I can keep going, you know, until I find something. I have ways of sustaining myself just in this little kit. So anyway, guys, I hope you really appreciate this video. I put a lot of work into this kit. I think it's extremely comprehensive. Down in the comments, let me know, what are some things that you carry in your kit? Is there anything you think I missed? Is there anything you think I could replace with something else? You know, just go ahead and leave those down below, or shoot me an email at coptalks@gmail.com. If you want, I'm going to be recording some of my classes I'll be teaching. I'll be putting them up on my YouTube page. If you guys want to follow me there, if you would, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And until then, get some training, get out there, have some fun, do all the cool things, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.